Hey everybody, welcome to my first EP review of the year. So I'm going to be reviewing the brand new EP by Solence. So they've had 4 albums. The first 3 were independent, and then the 4th one they joined Hopeless Records. So what I didn't notice was that this was released under a different record label, Better Noise, making me think the band left Hopeless. I don't know if it had something to do with them only having a 1 album deal, or they just wanted to leave because it wasn't really benefiting them. Because the ironic thing is, normally being on a record label means that your music gets picked up, but with Solence, their music was picking up in the independent part of their sound. And the weird thing is that once they went onto a record label, that album, Hope is a Cult, did really weak in streams compared to the rest. I mean, every album prior to that, you had Brothers. I remember when this was actually coming out, and I remember getting to see the debut of this. Solence is a band I've been following since their first record, and they had Heaven, which was this quite well streamed song. It been around on numerous playlists. It just managed to reach a lot of people, and this is where Solence actually managed to become a band that got over 1 million streams. They used to get big from the covers they did. They did a whole collection of covers back in the day. They did different ones, and certain ones got quite big, and that's cool to see and everything. And then they actually had their own material start to get big. And while not everything on the album did well, Heaven was still enough to kind of like put them more in the mainstream. Then they had Direction, which was more of a mini album. It's 8 tracks, but no, 7 tracks, but it's still apparently an album instead of an EP. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a mini album, I guess. And this also had some pretty big material, such as Animal and Me, which I think is their most streamed song. And it definitely was one that really put them out even further than Brothers did, as well as also giving you some good streams on Blackout as well, another song that sort of picked up the tension. And then Deafening had numerous, like Thunder, Indestructible, and Good Fucking Music. These ones definitely getting the most success out of Solence, and it's nice to see that Solence were just getting that. And then when they went to Hopeless Records for Hope is a Cult, it just didn't get the streams, and I think Solence at this point just kind of became too commercialized and didn't quite get the support and promotion it needed. Matter of fact, it wasn't even half the support, it was the fact that the songs just started tanking for no reason, so I have no idea what it is. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about Blue Monday, right? Well, there's not much to talk about. We've had 3 new songs released as singles, and the 2 which was originally track 1, track 2, according to the Spotify release countdown, ends up being revealed as just good fucking music, 2 remixes of it. Yeah, absolute waste of an EP. Honestly, if they wanted to hype people in, have some of the remixes ready, maybe have a remix and a single, not just have 2 remixes and nothing there. It kind of like ruined the hype for me a bit. The singles aren't too bad anyway. They definitely carry like a mixture of Hope is a Cult with the more commercialized sound, as well as also having more of that Deafening approach, which Deafening, in my opinion, probably remains their most consistent album, because Brothers had more of a kind of collection of singles aesthetic, with the fact that the songs were made from like 2015 to 2018 period, slapped on a 2019 record, which made it kind of a bit of a hard listen at times. Direction just felt more of an EP, but definitely was the perfect album experience, with a lot of variety that really pushed their kind of hard rock electronicore sound. But Hope is a Cult really kind of lost the aesthetic, in my opinion, with a lot of weaker points. And the EP, I think, does have some good stuff, but even then, I don't think this is gradually some of Solence's best stuff. It's just kind of like decent tracks, I guess, just kind of average standard Solence tracks, like Who You Gonna Call Solence, A Banger a Day Keeps the Doctor Away, and Fuck the Bad Vibes. Like, they definitely got some upbeat, fun energy to it, but it's just kind of lost its charm, especially since we've heard this numerous times on previous records. Like with Deafening, we've had Keep Up With Us as one of the examples of these type of songs, and I think that did a much way better approach. And even some of the songs on Solence had that energy as well, which I think was a lot better. Brothers, I meant, had energy, was a lot better. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. The EP does technically have good fucking music, in static, so I guess you'd expect it to be on there, but it's just kind of a weird EP to release. You had some good music on there, or some decent stuff, but it just is just that. It's literally just a EP with 3 songs that were promoting it just to show you the remixes, that I don't think the remixes quite carry. I think Good Fucking Music was a fine song as it was, and it didn't really need the remixes to promote it, but that's just my opinion. It's not a great EP, that's all I have to say, and I want to see what Solence are doing next. So yeah, that is my review. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next video.